against doubters. To those who don't believe, this is the hour. You'll see that we'll make ladders out of obstacles and stepping stones from roadblocks. Slip over the lines to say we won't cross. We'll trick canyons like they're nothing. They won't see us coming. Scale all of the walls they built to hold us. We may be invisible, but we'll be unmistakable. We may be invisible. They may be blind to me, just wait and see. All the haters, those filled with jealousy, the naysayers, payers for defeat. But we'll make ladders out of obstacles and stepping stones from roadblocks. Sleep over the lines to say we won't cross. We'll trick canyons like they're nothing. They won't see us coming. Scale all of the walls they built to hold us. We may be invisible, but we'll be unmistakable. We may be invisible. They may be blind to me, just wait and see.
Last time I warned y'all, now this time I'm just sending shots. Thought that I was some yes man, I'm about to show y'all that I'm really not. Me and mine was really on the bottom, now we way up at the tippy top. No bull, unless we talking flipping stocks. Don't mess around or you getting got. Can't see through it cause it's tinted out. Yeah, ooh, I'm on the way. Game time, who wanna play? I showed up just to ruin your day. Count my green till I'm blue in the face. I don't wanna talk, please give me my space. About to go ghost till I give me my rave. Blow too fast, can't get with my pace. I'm a spaz on as soon as Quentin give me that bass. Boom, 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 boom. One out of smoke like a chimney. It's my turn like I'm Timmy. I pity y'all boys, think y'all big Mickey, y'all mini. I'm your favorite writer's writer. I'm on fire. I leave, everybody retire. My team the only people I admire. My empire, only second to Messiah. That's no boast. You don't wanna get too close. I explode with every single line I spoke. Remember when they laughed at me like I'm a joke? Now I control the master lines they quote. Haters talk now, everybody quiet. Though surprised to see that I can go as high as I can go. Told you a long time ago that I'm. Wait a minute. What? I should. Oh, you lucky I don't. Oh!
Well, welcome back to Gongmana for 2023. We have a game. It's running a little bit late. The Long Donks, they have come down. We're just playing Murder on the Breakside, I'm reliably informed. So they've been a little bit late to the field. Too Fast, Too Furious is here. And on behalf of ULTI.TV, my name is Daniel Clenton, and I'd love to welcome Miriam Downey to the commentary box. Miriam's been kind enough to come and join me. Hello, Miriam. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Yes, very excited to be here in my first commentating experience, so hopefully it goes all right.
Look, we're honoured to have you, a stalwart of Ultimate in the nation's capital, and not playing today.
No, I am recovering from a pretty bad ankle injury. For those at regionals this year, you might have heard the stories or seen the pictures, but excited to be here and supporting my team from Canberra.
Which is Too Fast, Too Furious, and we'll talk about Too Fast, Too Furious's bid. Did you have a hand in writing that? Because it was 6 pages.
Yes, it was quite long. I was editor in chief, so I was behind making sure that there was no grammatical errors. But yes, Alex Young, who's picking up the disc now, was the genius behind the bid.
Okay. Because it was something else. I'll endeavour to read some on stream over the course of the game. Young walking up on offense, Too Fast, Too Furious in the driver's seat. Young goes short to Byron. Oh, his pass pops up and is just gobbled up. Tiernan Summers is sent, and I think I need to comment on the jorts. Tiernan Summers has the jorts, and I think that was Alice C as well.
Yes, the jorts are quite a look, but for those at home, the weather is pretty warm today, quite windy. You might be able to tell a bit of a cross breeze, and I don't know how they're surviving out there in the jorts. They'd be pretty sweaty at this point in the day.
Disastrously sweaty. Oh, that's going to pop up and over. It benefits. And still. Memes. Jokes. Young comes right around and gets point blocked. And so picked up. And they go fast. It comes back the other way.
Oh, Jacob's going to go. Oh, dropped a bit too quickly.
Jacob Blacklock, tall human. That disc low and always low. Ben Palais got a pair of jorts on. He's cut the sides out of it to give him a bit of breathing room. Oh, that goes over the top. See, straight through the hands.
Good pressure from Rachel Joyce there. They're
Palais.
going again.
Palais going the length of the field with that hammer.
Rescued in the end zone by Joyce.
Now Young. Sporting the bucket hat. That's the long, low break.
That was Justin to Matilda. Long shot to Jacob. Is it going to be a honey pass? No. Foiled.
I need to ask about the relationship. Oh, hang on. There's another hammer. Ben Palais is only throwing hammers.
Tried it again. Not in the field this time.
On mixed teams where there are a few relationships, what's that like?
The dynamic?
Yes.
I think there's always a bit of resentment from the single folk. No, it's
They look on and see how happy you are, happy and in love. Ugh, disgusting.
It's disgusting. Our team is we had a couples cabin and then the girls cabin and the boys cabin, and I think basically the couples just went to bed early and are no fun, and the single cabin stayed out all night partying. So that's probably the dynamic.
Yep. So trying to go fast. Right on the end zone line. The left-handed throw into the end zone. Yeah, it looks like we've got it. And so the Long Donks have got it. They're in the end zone. Look like James Bray, one in the end, who got it done. So a broken ankle for you.
Yes.
What happened? Tell us a bit more about the situation.
It was regionals this year. I was playing for Underground. Like the second point of the game or something very sad. I was marking up against one of, I think we were playing, I can't remember now. The pain, blocks it out. No. I was marking up against someone and we went up. I was on defense, went up to defend her, and she came down on my foot and stayed standing on my foot as I fell backwards, and it was an accident, but resulted in a dislocation and a broken fibula.
Yeah, right. So that was a very, very significant injury, Miriam.
Yes, I was, lying on the ground with my ankle pointing out a different way, and
because I've not heard of many injuries worse than that in Ultimate. Like normally we blow up ACLs, we roll ankles, they're pretty run of the mirror. That's a significant injury, and it's great to see you, recovering and walking around. What's the recovery been like for you?
It was pretty, there was a lot of time where I was pretty much housebound. So my partner, Daniel, had to do a lot of work for me, which, much to his disappointment. But no, he was a very good boyfriend. And
sounds like you're grateful as well.
Yeah.
In having that support as you come back from a very, very tough injury.
Yes, but hopefully back in time for the women's season.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Here is Helix Smith.
Better do something good.
DHS goes around to Sanger. And continuing passes, working against the Long Donk zone. Helix Smith. Now, some width.
Grace Spratt picking up that one.
Spratt, who's sporting some sort of sportswear over the jersey. Helix Smith. So far, too fast, too furious. Too calm, too collected. And there's the goal. Zone offense.
Kate Bailey picking up that one.
Being the captain of Underground, the storied Div 2 team that was full of ambition. Trainings, when you were teaching zone offense, what were the kind of key things that you were trying to pass on to the players in the club?
Well, Underground was a development club, so we had a lot of newer players. So I think always teaching back to basics. I love zone offense as a handler. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I think just the principles of make sure there's always an easy dump, try and move move the disc to the side of the field they don't want to trap you on, and then once you're through the cup, just pop it through the spaces. And yeah, I love playing zone offense. I think it's one of the most fun things to do in Ultimate.
Certainly better than playing match defense anyway.
Yeah.
Stuck in single coverage and you play a cuts deep, cuts under, and you've got to chase them the entire way. At least in Zone O, you can just move to a spot on the field, find that position, do safe passes, think slow. Or think fast, play slow.
Yeah, you can really change the tempo of the game with a bit of good Zone O.
So 1-1. Powell goes to the trap, steals it. And the Jorts are definitely in. Oh, Powell is going to have to bid for that. He dropped it. Helix Smith trying to take advantage of Powell, rolling on the ground, giggling. Helix Smith, no mercy. Alex Young in the corner for Too Fast, Too Furious. The break point, first break of the game.
Very nice from Too Fast, Too Furious. They're looking a little bit tired, but the team motto is family, so always playing for each other.
Oh dear, the memes. So many different things we could comment on. Like, there's quite a lengthy story in the in the bid.
Quite a lengthy story.
How much of it is true?
I think most of it is true.
Really?
I would say.
So there was a
85%.
wild chase of
Yes.
some Kiama youths through the streets of Kiama last year.
Yes. Hannah Loiterton, what number is she? She's 22.
20, according
20?
to my records.
Tall one. She lost her phone. She was looking through her bag, couldn't find her phone, and someone else in the stands mentioned that there'd been some dodgy-looking youths going through the bags. So we thought, oh, they've probably taken it, and we spotted them, and we started chasing them. And so one group went one way, the other group went the other way, trying to cut them off, but they were too quick. They got into the high street of Kiama, and then we had some help of some tradies. They decided to join in the chase, and they were really into chasing the youths, and they got a bit too into it, I think.
Yeah, right. So Trong to Bray, Massey. I'm going to ask some more questions about this story. Oh, Massey's thrown a bit of a hospital pass.
Good pickup from Justin there.
Justin Byron wearing the 5 question mark jersey. There's been talk of retiring his number at the end of this season, given his long service to the club. Oh, Trong. So, Long Donks steady the ship. They hold their O point.
Lovely offense there.
Now, I believe these youths, as you were chasing them through the streets of Kiama, have ended up on the roof of somewhere.
Yes. So, famous to Ultimate Holly Reeve, Ollie Spelderwindy, were chasing them through the streets, and they went through the backyards of some residents in Kiama and lost their chasers, but they ended up getting cornered by the tradies on the roof of the community centre.
Which is a very infamous roof in all of Ultimate.
Yes.
That roof actually sparked the introduction of a code of conduct. Because I was around in those days, and that was when a code of conduct was actually introduced into Ultimate.
Really?
Yeah. As a result of that roof and a player that ended up on the roof.
Oh, goodness.
At the party. It was Helix Smith getting heckled. Gets heckled into retracting his out call.
Yes, I think the tradies were yelling obscenities at the youths on the roof.
Which is always an effective way of, getting people to do what you want them to do.
Yeah, telling them to calm down or they'll punch them and other such things. The youths were, you know, obviously not likely to come down off the roof at that point. So they called the police on themselves. And the police rocked up. I think a phone got smashed in the process. Nice dive from Dane there to pick up that goal.
Yeah, Grace Pratt laying it in there.
Yeah, so I think they dropped their bag to climb up on the roof, and the tradies found the bag and smashed a couple of phones. Luckily, not the phone that started the chase in the first place.
We were trying to find, yes.
Yes, the police turned a bit of a blind eye to the smashed phone. 1 for 1, I think, was there.
Wow.
Their policy.
So I read that story and I thought, there's no way. But I wasn't completely convinced that there was no way.
It's mostly true.
Mostly true. Wow. So that is the story of Too Fast, Too Furious and the escapades of Gongmana 2022.
Yes.
So far the tournament sounds like it's been a little bit quieter.
This year's been a lot less eventful, yeah. No youths stealing phones, no tradies joining in the chase. At one point, the tradies rocked up and said to Ollie, "Get in the truck." So he jumped in the truck. And
as you do.
And the tradie put it into reverse and hit reverse at about 60 kilometers an hour down the high street of Kiama in reverse.
Wow.
And at that point, I think he regretted his decision to jump in the truck of a strange man.
Beware men in high vis.
Yes.
Well, that is the backstory of Too Fast, Too Furious. I thought it important to cover because it was outrageous to read the bid where this team wanted to return. Alex Young flashing and Tiernan Summers uncorks a crossfield hammer to Ben Palais.
Catches it with his hat in hand or towel in hand.
Palais, he doesn't have the range. He can't get it back across to Summers. It's a shame he didn't hear me because I knew that would have wound him up and he would have thrown it. In the end, they worked down the sideline. On that, brings us to 3-3. Miriam, your thoughts on this game so far?
It's been a bit of everything, really. A lot of hammers, a lot more hammers than we've had in previous games. It's good. Like you can see him winding up for that one.
Just knows into the wind, hard throw to make that one.
Good plays from both sides. It's very windy. The wind is definitely picking up, so you can tell that's affecting the game a little bit.
How's your hammer?
Not as far as these ones, I'm afraid.
Is it a weapon though? Is it in the Miriam Downey shot selection?
Yeah, over a zone. Oh, just through the hands of two defenders there. These might be the youths. Who knows?
We've found them. We've found them again. No, they. Okay, to be fair, that's just two random young people from Kiama over there.
You can never be too sure, though.
Enjoying their Sunday, and to have 14 Frisbee players just suddenly run at them. Let's not do that.
Always on the lookout.
Trong is outside in pull. It's the pull of choice. And Halleck Smith has got to go track this down.
Running off the field than on the field, I think.
He's playing fetch down there at the moment. The wind rolling that disc. Halleck Smith. Blacklock. Or Justin Byron gives that up. James Bray goes with the left-handed pass. Tiernan Summons playing patty cake with Ben Palais. Trong goes around. That's
great catch.
Excellent catch up high. And then Bray is going to have to do a bit.
I think that was in.
It's unlucky he's a fairly long human. Back to the Reese play. The Mike Trong around. Catches the breeze. C. Does great work.
Lovely flick across. Long Donks up 4-3.
So talking a little bit more about you, Miriam, you've played for Australia. You played some junior campaigns
Yes.
a few years ago. How did you come to Ultimate?
I came to it through a couple of key players who are still playing the game now. Andrew Jackson,
Oh, yes.
Ben Matthews-Hunter, Rambo, Conrad Wallace, Jesse Wallace. A lot of very good players got some young guns in our church into it at a young age, and I think that really helped us have an edge on other players who only get into it in kind of uni. So Rachel Joyce on this team and I both started quite young, and then played Terra together, and just an overshot there.
Too far
Young.
for Loiterton. Caleb Liu. Now Bray double pumps that. Laces out. Luo into the end zone. Long Donks have decided to
Start
just
playing.
kick it into the next gear, to use a car analogy.
You can see the backup dive there from Dane Kluken. Lovely throw. I'm not good with years, but I think it was the 2017 and 2019 Terra campaigns. One to Borislav in Poland, and the other one Waterloo, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, right. That's
Yes.
wonderful.
Both very fun.
Yeah, great adventures.
Great adventures.
Southern Terra, the Australian under-18 women's team.
Under 20.
Under 20 now, sorry.
Yeah. They keep changing it. It was under 19 and then it was under 20.
Yeah.
The
When
young team.
Yeah, my claim to fame is my sister played for Southern Terra, a couple of campaigns. And yeah, she did that as an under 18.
Mm-hmm.
So, great team and great introduction to competitive representative Ultimate, I think.
Absolutely.
Both Terra and Thunder, the men's team. And so your journey continues now and potentially back into Div 1 representative form.
That's the hope. We're having selections at the moment for factories, Div 1 and Div 2 teams. It's been very wet in Canberra though, so we keep getting washed out, unfortunately. But yes, pending recovery and all going well, I'll be back out playing Frisbee again soon.
Helix Smith is going to battle into the teeth of a long donk zone and a fairly consistent breeze. Goes to Loiterton, shifts the disc slightly back to the high side. Here's Spratt. Goes low, Loiterton.
Nice pick up from Loiterton.
Helix.
Fakes the hammer.
Justin Byron trying to pivot through. Sanger gets up in the cup. Spratt involved. Alex Smith probably be the focal point around which this offense operates. Smith just looking, trying to find something.
I don't think that was it.
Don't reckon that was it, Miriam?
I can say as much shit as I want about him. No, I don't think that was quite what he wanted to come out.
They
And,
might get it back. Summers going big.
Unfortunately, across the path of.
Yeah, it looks like Amy Luo.
They're both up. They're high-fiving. They look okay. Would have been
Alex
quite
Smith
the catch.
walks to the line and then punts it. Forbes says, no, that's not going to work in my house. Master Alex Smith. Massey. He's got a willingness to throw that flick. He's going to try and drop it in there. Byron arriving late.
Getting the touch nonetheless.
Sanger will walk back. At the moment, Miriam, what are you noticing for Too Fast, Too Furious? Where are they falling over?
I think it's just that last pass. You work so hard through the zone and then you just want to end the point. You throw something a little bit too ambitious. They just need to keep working it, keep the patience all the way down the field.
Byron Sanger. They bust the containment of the zone and they get some meters. The Long Donks managed to get containment back, and now Helix Smith just reaching to the end zone.
Great catch there from Justin.
It's better by Helix Smith that time. Goes with the breeze rather than against it.
Who do we reckon has the best jorts on the other team?
Look, Tiernan Summons is rocking the party boy jorts. The jorts on Ben Powley look something like a jort skirt because he's cut the holes on them. I don't know, it's a hard choice. And LSC is rocking the elastic waistband jorts. So many good options.
I do like Simo's jorts as well with the kind of pattern on the front.
Yeah, Simo Dhaliwal.
Too many good options.
The jorts, they're just a classic, really.
You wouldn't put them and playing Frisbee together, but here they are.
Well, there's weirder things, I think, that have been combined, and jorts, well, it's just par for the course, really, I think, for Ultimate. Our alternative way of doing things. Here's Matilda Needle. Big shout out to Sharon Weston at home, joining us.
She's been playing very well, Shaz. Nice pull there, out the back. Long Donks will have to walk that one up.
Disc brought up. Bray. Rather than having a thrower's glove, he's got a catcher's glove.
Mikey
Trunk.
finding the space there.
Getting around the containment. Too Fast, Too Furious, wanting to play a bit of zone now as well. Blacklock on the mark.
It's a long boy.
It's intimidating. Having someone so tall play on the mark in the zone. Bray. Oh, fitting it in there. Alex Young. Enough pressure. Turnover. Gets called for the travel. Oh, that's close. It's probably not because it's on the back. Well, maybe. I don't know. Travel? No travel. Miriam?
No travel. I'm saying no travel.
Okay.
Well, just doesn't lie, does it? That was a turn. Maybe it was a travel. Long
Can't run with
back.
it, Alex. And Trong is going to turn it back over. Too Fast, Too Furious. Opportunity for them. 5-4 in the game. Score here, go to 5-all. Young spots something that he likes. It's going to get helped along. Caught by Lucan.
Lovely sliding catch there. Little kick celebration.
Well, it's the only way it was getting to the end zone was with a bit of help, and James Bray has obliged. Tapped
nice
on.
assist there. Yes.
Bray can't believe it.
It's the classic. The ones that you don't catch are always result in a goal. It's one thing we try and teach at Underground. Catch your Ds.
It's a bit of a cash cry for ULTI.TV as well. We spend so much time with a camera pointed at Ultimate that we've seen that so often. Like, it's one thing to make the block. You're better off catching it.
Absolutely, when you can. That one was maybe a bit high.
Well, it's good to see Ash Evans on his feet. He was very much not on his feet yesterday. He's very, very ill. I'm not sure if it was self-inflicted or if he, had COVID or what was going on. He was parked up under the cover asleep for a large portion of yesterday. So good to see him walking around. Too fast, too furious. They're on D.
I think at these party tournaments, there's some people that are mostly nocturnal.
And James Bray going with a hark to Forbes. Forbes.
Ooh. Just outside of reach, right on the out of bounds line.
Forbes very tall. Haley Smith from the corner. He's going to throw a bit long to Blacklock. He has players streaming. Oh, a little bit behind. Byron. Oh, and that's a hospital pass. Sprat's in there. Sprat gets it.
Oh, great dive from Sprat. She rescues it.
Haley Smith. Width to Joyce.
Oh,
and Byron on the end zone line. Donks struggling. Sprat uses great body awareness and coordination. She catches and toes the line in. 6-5. Too fast, too furious.
Oh, they're very happy with that one.
They've edged their front bumper back in front in this drag race.
Yes, they're...
Don't look at me like that. It's the best I've got. I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
I needed to do a bit more homework on the plot lines of the movies. That's I
think it's just all about family.
It's all about family. One of our pump-up speeches yesterday was Alex Young giving us the entire rundown of the plot of Too Fast, Too Furious, and there wasn't any building to it. That was just it, and then we went out and played again. So.
Excellent. I think all good teams have a story or a core reason for being, Underground, had a core reason for being to develop and to grow as players. The similarities are there. Too Fast, Too Furious. Memes and movies.
Exactly.
And a wild chase through the Kiama streets after some underaged members of the general community.
Coming back to...
Oh, Alex Young has overcooked that. Or has he? He has not.
I think that landed in.
That came down with quite the amount of force, and the disc could be a little bit tacoed.
Mikey doesn't seem too worried. His jort's looking particularly tight, I think.
I mean, he's rocking those jorts right now. I wish I looked like that in jorts.
Can still pivot his way around a mark.
Oh, and Young comes across to cut it off. So Haley Smith fakes off the cut of Loiterton. Alex Young. The switch is on between Powley and Bray.
Lovely cut there from Alex Young. A little car celebration there, driving the Frisbee.
Dis just leading Bray too far. Dangerous to lay out.
It's always a scary spot as the cutter, someone coming into your blind side, but
So Palais just getting drawn towards the receiver of Young. As he stepped up and stepped forward, that's when Young went. Taking advantage of the small moment. Watch on screen. See Palais move into the frame, and then Young has already gone up the line.
getting some in-between point naps there, I think, is
important to maintain and manage your energy levels.
yes, especially for those who may not have got a lot of sleep last night. They're catching up during the day. Bronte with the pull. This is Bronte's first ever streamed game.
Well, congratulations to Bronte. Bronte Sleeth, welcome to ULTI.TV. You're on the big screen now. Let's see what you've got.
Bronte, Justin, and Dane marking disc right now. All their first streams of the game.
Massey is gone with a wild one. That was Kate Bailey. And now Justin Byron looking for Kluken.
There we go. Lovely connection there. Justin and Dane trying to show off on the stream.
And Too Fast, Too Furious have put their pedal to the metal.
They have indeed.
And they have driven away with this one into halftime. They'll take a pit stop. Refuel.
They're getting better.
I'm trying right now. They're going to take a pit stop. They're going to refuel. We're going to refuel. We're going to top up the coolant levels. And we'll be back with the second half. Miriam Downey joining me in the commentary box. We're having a grand old yarn. And I hope that you at home are enjoying it too, because we'll be back with the second half very shortly. So the second half is about to begin. We've had a tyre change. And we're heading towards the end of pit road.
Yes, Too Fast, Too Furious managing to run away or drive away with the game at the end of that first half.
Yikes. That's some pull. And those are some jorts. How would you describe them? 'Cause
Short.
I'm not sure we can show that on camera.
Very, very short. There seems to be some sort of pattern on the pockets on the bum.
No, they're holes, Miriam. And I believe that's the underwear. Bright red. No, wrong pair. Wrong pair of jorts.
He needs to turn around.
Amy Luo's jorts are positively, you know, they're fine. But Ash Evans is sporting a pair of pins. He's got the legs out.
There's not much to those jorts, I think. That's what we can say.
Evans, he's incomplete on the first pass. He's thrown all tournament.
Good thing that's on stream.
Young will pick it up. Choice going back to offer a reset option, and Young
doesn't need it.
Into it. One pass offense. Too Fast, Too Furious. Straight down the motorway.
That was a quick lap from them.
We're getting better with our puns.
I'm channeling my knowledge of F1. Shout out to Hannah Loiterton on Too Fast, Too Furious. Big fan of F1. Maybe that's what's in her mind when she's running down the field.
Lots of players use other sports as cross-training and sometimes a bit of a reset. Miriam, is there another sport that you're involved in or have been involved in the past?
I used to play hockey before Frisbee and
Took over your
baseball
life.
before that. And yeah, since starting Frisbee, it's my main hobby. I think I did climbing for a bit, but with my bad ankles, that's not the best idea.
So wait, the ankles weren't great before the traumatic injury at regionals this year?
No, they've always been a bit wobbly, but not much I could do about what happened at regionals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a couple of players who do other sport, but once you start Frisbee, really, there's no going back.
Intelligent pull by Matilda Needle. Goes outside in, so the wind keeps it in bounds. Rolls out. Laura Forbes goes to pick it up.
Probably the tallest girl on Long Donks versus the shortest girl on Too Fast, Too Furious.
Bray catches the overthrow and then releases the high release.
Oh.
Snagged out of the middle of the air. And Trong is free in the end zone.
That's a highlight to low light if I've ever seen one.
High beam to low beam? No. That doesn't work. Spratt with the disc goes to Kate Bailey. Lloyd hidden. The female matching players working together, or then the throw to Blacklock. Kalip Liu reaching. Spratt, though, the aerial threat, gets the block.
And
then Lloyd to
it wasn't high enough for her.
Just cops one to the laces. They're playing catchy between their opponents. Helix Smith. Byron to Bailey. Blacklock goes. Now Alex Smith, flat-footed, is Blacklock.
No, that
Liu,
one wasn't quite a tip to Jacob. Don't think he could have got there. Looks like where the Frisbee's become a little bit more free, I would say.
certainly got an element of free-flowingness. Alex Smith takes front position.
The turnover to injury call, gotta respect that. Throw the turnover, call injury, sub yourself off.
I think it was more a brain injury than anything else for Liu. He's not impressed. Blacklock spanner through the hands. Powley points. Brace deals it and travels. Powley.
Another block from Grace Spratt. Calls from the sideline to call an injury for that one.
The return of the heckle. Alex Smith ever focused and concentrating. Bailey, great catch up high. Waits for help to arrive. Loitered arrives. Wants the reset and finds it in Spratt. Justin Byron.
She's so free. But he can't get it quite to her. Matilda Needle there for the backup.
Powley sees them going and promptly throws it in a manner that was completely uncatchable. He's called an injury. He's looking to the sideline.
Not sure where that disc went. Dan, DHS going for a bit of a walk. This might be a long point.
Given your insider knowledge, what's a fun fact about Dan Hellick-Smith?
He has a gem collection.
That is the best fun fact I've ever heard. How did I?
Were you expecting that?
God, no. That is awesome. So he has a gem collection. I've got more questions. I'm going to come back to this. Blacklock down low. Great catch at the ankles. Waist height for everyone else. Hellick-Smith sees Blacklock going. And again, it just drops out of the air.
Hard catch, that one. Blading in low.
Bray brings it up for the long donks.
Oh, just enough pressure there from Kate Bailey.
Bailey, ever aware and ever dangerous is Kate Bailey, scoring for Too Fast, Too Furious, who stretch their lead out now to 5 points. Okay, this is gem collection, right? Like, are we talking like one small box, or is there like a cabinet?
When we moved in together, I had to veto the gems being on display as people walked through the door on the table as in the entryway. So there's definitely more than just a box. I think it would fill a cabinet. He collects them from different countries he's been, and yeah, just really into his gems. Got to make sure the chakras align.
It certainly seems like he's found one in you.
Nice.
I'll put that one away. That one can go back in the bag, along with the various car puns that we've had. And wow, I don't know what I was expecting, but that is an outstanding fun fact about Dan Hellick-Smith.
Oh, he's going to get me in trouble now that that's on the stream and out there for everyone. But
hey, look,
you're welcome over anytime. Come see our gem collection.
And I mean, we all have our interesting things that we're into. You know, I play Dungeons and Dragons, and that's got to be, you know, level of cool. Probably me and the gem collector are going to hang out and have a great time.
I think Jacob Blacklock might be with you in the Dungeons and Dragons, so
mate,
have a chat with him afterwards.
Potentially we could start like an ultimate Frisbee Dungeons and Dragons.
100%.
There'd be enough, surely. There's enough nerds playing this sport.
It's a sport for nerds, really.
Well, given the preponderance of university graduates and, university attendees that do find their way into, Ultimate. And a lot of highly educated people.
Who are, maybe athletic, but maybe just...
Well, at the end of the day, I think for those of us who are less athletic than some, it was always just a great time playing Ultimate. And this game has been played in the right spirit. A bit of a gap between these two teams. Long Donks really just enjoying the vibe. Here's Trong. They've worked it a long way up the field. Now Trong steps up, looking for a gap in the zone. Summers is just chilling. The hammer is on. Bray throws the low release that Summers lets run. Gears up the hammer. Luo provides an option. Summers thinking about a scuba or a high release or something weird. And then
there they go.
Bray pivoting through. Scoring for Long Donks.
Is that Shannon Carpenter with the catch?
Yeah, I believe so. He's wearing the dunce's hat.
The hat must be good luck.
There's some magic in it.
You can see her on the stream there, just standing with her hands up. She's free, she's poached, waiting for the goal.
What's the best heckle you've ever heard?
Ooh. I don't know. I think any heckle that is like partner to partner is pretty good. There's shout out to Even Lim and Elton Lou. I think Even would always shout at Elton just to run faster, you're not fast enough, run faster. And that is a great heckle. Is that one in? I think it landed in.
Yep. Another wicked pull. Lots of hyzer.
I think the big pulls are just to drag this game out, aren't they?
Well, we're nearly at 60 minutes, so only another 10 or so to go. Long Donks, 4 points adrift. Hallie Smith brings it in. Kluken goes sideways and goes out. Hallie Smith is going to have to give this a ride. Underthrown. Summers. Down the line. Massey. Massey goes the blading throw to Palais.
Recognizing the Too Fast, Too Furious player coming off there and going into a nice spot for that goal.
Yeah, the poach that came on to James Bray drew a lot of attention to the front cone. C2 coming over to cover. Massey finding the unmarked player.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves in Frisbee, I reckon, when you're just trying to cram it down to that front corner and you've got all your players there and you're like, I just want to get it out. You can definitely fall into the mindset of just need to throw this goal. But it's almost always better just to swing it around and get onto that break side.
Use width on the field.
Yeah.
Rather than just, continuing the way you're going. Use
As the space gets shorter and shorter and shorter.
So if that's the greatest pet peeve, what brings you the greatest joy in Ultimate? You mentioned Zone O earlier.
Yeah, I think when you, as a thrower, when you release a long throw that just sits perfectly and falls into the lap of your receiver, that has to be one of the most satisfying things. I'm not a big jumper, so I think skying would be quite satisfying, but I'm not that used to it.
Well, that pass just popped up. Massey goes around the edge. Liu gets in all kinds of
I think that might
tangle.
have been blocked by the hat. He threw his hat.
And then Carpenter has completely yeeted the dunce's hat at him. And this will die. Dhaliwal gets the block. Trung has somehow found...
Oh, he's got a leg. Pant leg.
He's found a leg to go with his jorts.
Ooh.
That's a collision and a calamity, and Sanger gets in a little bit of a shoving match with Ben Paulet.
There we go. Too Fast, Too Furious managed to win that point. Not sure what happened there. There was a bit of friendly fire from both sides. I think it's the last game of the day for both these teams, so they're having a bit of fun with it.
Yeah, last game of the tournament always presents some unique opportunities. Terra Gutau, very famous for the last game of the day being played in the water. Seems to be more of a tradition than anything else these days.
Looks like Long Donks have decided to play a different sport, give up on Frisbee.
The Australian rules football.
Matilda Needle with the pull. Matilda Needle has just come off the Stingrays campaign.
And for those at home, the Stingrays are the
Australian women's under 24 team.
Possibly one of the tougher teams to make given the age cap, and a lot of young players that if they find this sport they get pretty good pretty quickly, and then they want to go represent. So Summers,
it's popped up.
Byron gets it, goes fast to Blacklock. Loiterton across the field. Bailey gets it. The wind is having an effect. You can see the disc fluttering. Summers gets that back. Cuts going to the end zone. James Bray is just going to lay it out for Summers. Again, the wind just taking the air out of the disc. I think if Bray did a slightly better job of giving that disc some loft, Summers, he had the vibe that he would go full send.
Or just holding it maybe a second longer before releasing. Oh, straight into the hand of the defender.
Yeah, let's
and
see.
they have a chance. Short. Ooh.
He's going to call a foul. Is Summers, and Blacklock shaking their head.
Calls from the sideline. That's just good footy.
So
Uncontested strip. That's a goal.
Blacklock is not going to contest the...
On the replay there, you can see a good pick up from Kate Bailey. But she rips it and the disc just doesn't quite make it to Justin. Nice run through block there and reads it well, goes over the top. Looks like there's probably a bit of contact on the hands. Goal for Long Donks.
I don't know if I've done the right thing there, but we've just turned into the official timekeepers for the game.
And this game is finishing at 1.
Well, we've got 3 minutes on the game clock. It's 1 o'clock in approximately 60 seconds. So we're around about where we should be. The games at Gongmana have been there or thereabouts has been the schedule.
Yes, very, very fluid. I think the official timekeeping is Mandy hitting a big gong up on fields 2 and 3, which we probably won't be able to hear from down here. So. This could be last point. Or second last point.
It'll be there or thereabouts. Not long left. The Long Donks have closed the deficit from 5. They're now down to 3. Too fast, too furious on offense. Long Donks will bring that zone. Oh, that hammer has just come out. All kinds of ugly. Alex Young.
Not quite what he was after, I don't think.
Maybe he just put sunscreen on. Bray streaming across the field. Trung. Oh, that's going to come up and down. Alex Smith comes all the way back to gather it.
It looked like he might have been able to have a second go at it, and then the wind just picked it up.
Spratt. Sanger. Young. He's thinking about the hammer. Here's Joyce. The give go with Spratt. Luo guards the line.
Oh, and it's a hammer. Oh dear.
It's going to work out. Rachel Joyce.
Rachel Joyce catches that, and it's a goal.
Long Donks looking around, slightly bemused. The double helixing hammer.
I've played with Grace Spratt many, many times, and I don't see her throw many hammers. Maybe this is why, but that one working quite well into the hands of Rachel Joyce. Trusted receiver.
The shrug by Grace Spratt. As if to say, didn't mean that, but I'll take it.
It came off in the end.
Oh dear. So, what has been just a really enjoyable game, a really relaxed game. These two teams have...
Here comes the gong. And that means soft cap has gone. They're not within any points, so I think this will be last point. Yes, it has been. I think both teams are very good, very capable. The wind has thrown a bit of a spanner in the works, but in the end, seems like a very fun, very spirited game. Maybe one they wish was a little bit shorter, but they've played it to the end.
Dane Kluken.
Great pull there.
Holy smokes, that's a hell of a pull by Kluken. Bray. Summers reaching down the field is Summers.
Oh, she ran too far. Hands outreached for it as she was falling the opposite direction. That's unfortunate. The hat did not help her in that instance.
Alex Smith lays it in there to Young. And Young,
oh dear.
It might
Bailey.
fall to Sanger, and it does. Bailey at the front. Sanger just off the end of the finger. Now Massey going to Summers. And Tiernan Summers catching. Long donks come to 9. Some looking around, deciding. Matilda Needle out there sorting them out. Laying down the law is Sheriff Needle.
She would make a great sheriff.
Yeah, one more point to play.
Looks like they've decided to play another point. Watching the people of Kiama enjoying a nice Sunday arvo.
It's a bit interesting to think about, isn't it? Like we roll around the country, you know, playing Ultimate in all these great places, and then there's these everyday people who
Non-Frisbee folk.
Non-Frisbee folk who are just, you know, enjoying their weekend on the beach.
I know,
They've got these weirdos up on the hill throwing a disc around and yelling and loud music and
wearing strange outfits.
jorts.
Yes, I was saying to the team this morning that wouldn't it be weird to have a weekend where you didn't play Frisbee? That you were just on holiday in Kiama. It's just a foreign concept to travel somewhere for something other than Frisbee.
That just seems strange to me. Why wouldn't you go on holiday and play Frisbee at the same time? So that's efficiency, I think. We're now you're young. It'll come one day when
Can settle down.
settle down, and
This disc floating for a while, and
looks like it landed in. So Helix Smith will play it where it lies. Helix Smith breaking to Needle, who deals with that. Oh, that is some grab there by Byron. Alex Smith, Sleeth pumps off the cut of Spratt. Alex Smith now to Joyce. Too fast, too furious. Working it in close quarters. Needle.
she's looking for an option. Back to DHS, and oh, he catches it just in his fingertips.
Jacob Blacklock just waiting for that cut. And I think that'll do it for this game.
Well done to Too Fast, Too Furious. Taking the win for the family, for pride, and hopefully you'll see us next year to come back for the 3rd series in the franchise.
Was it Tokyo Drift?
Yes, let's say that.
Let's go with that. Okay. Wow. Thank you very much for joining me here, Miriam Downey. It was a pleasure to have you on the comms with us. Good luck for the national season with Factory. We wish you all the best, and hope that you never have to endure an injury like that again.
And if I do, I might become a professional commentator so that I can stay involved in the sport.
Well, you're always welcome here. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you all of you at home for joining us. We'll be back with the next game very soon. I don't imagine it's far away. I think 1:30 is the time slot. So we'll see. Don't go too far. Make sure you're tuning on the ULTI.TV YouTube channel. And we'll see you then.
Thanks very much.
ULTI.TV.